Welcome back. If I calculated everything right, this sphere should be twice as heavy as the wooden sphere on the other side. Which means that by moving the fulcrum, we should be able to... Oh, there's a door closed automatically apparently. We should be able to balance this out, allowing the crystal sphere to safely traverse the pipe. At least that's the theory. Which means that the fulcrum needs to be on the left. Now this puzzle actually took me way too long the first time I played the game, because it's actually not that difficult a puzzle. The only thing that really makes it difficult is finding every direction to look at the sphere from, so you can be certain there's only one crystal piece and not two. But even then, it still took me way too long, and there's two reasons. Because essentially, I was thinking too logically, because this does not look like a 1 and 2 ratio. It looks like a 1 in 3, or maybe even a 1 in 4. So I was trying to make it 3 times as heavy. Which I'm not even certain if it's possible. So that kind of threw me off. And the other thing is that I have a tendency to try and simplify this, because both of the two balls have 4 wood pieces in common, and those are fixed on the one here. You can't change those. So I just thought, okay, so we have 1 crystal piece and 3 wooden pieces, and do the same thing on the other side, which works fine if you're trying to make them the same weight. But as soon as you want to double the weight, you do need to count the 4 wood piece, the other 4 wood pieces. And if you don't do that, you end up with a number that's not actually possible to achieve. Which is a mistake I made the first time I played the game, so that's why this took me rather a bit longer than it should have. See, even I'm not infallible. And that's why I don't do blind Let's Plays of adventure games. There we go. It worked! Oh. It did something. That's the piece of track we could see from the beginning, wasn't it? It raised the bridge, but it also lowered it again. That's not very helpful. I'm guessing that's good for something. And I'm guessing this is good for something too. Actually, come to think of it, doesn't that look like the pattern we saw? Or the panel we saw? Near the path to the central structure from the start? Let's see. Let's try that out. Remember this pattern? Guess we can't activate this anymore. Must be some way to reset the puzzles. Because the Vidro must have done so. Let's head back to where we linked in and see if we can use that pattern. You have to climb the annoying to navigate stairs again. Up that way. It's just so hard to see which way they continue. No, that's not what we need. So what we did with the balance puzzle, raised the platform in the middle and then lowered it again. Maybe they will stay raised only if we do all 3? Something like that. And then somehow I guess ice sphere will eventually come out here and go there and then do something. I don't know. Because we're obviously not going that way. We can, however, go this way if these patterns work. It does work. But there's 2 more gaps and 2 more panels. And I have a feeling that using the same one again isn't going to work. Nope. So I assume that means there's 2 more puzzles and 2 more patterns for us to find. Everything comes in 3s in this game. 3 symbols, 3 puzzles here. And that's it actually, but we're gonna pretend that there's 3 of them anyway. 3 ages. So unlike Riven, it's not 5. That's important here. So we need to find those other puzzles, I suppose. This is actually the thing that we see raise up and drop the ice sphere. The interesting luminescent pattern on these pillars here doesn't seem to occur anywhere else. I wonder if it's natural. Oh, that opens again. Well, I guess we have to do that again. Well, let's continue looking around. Let's go this way now. We can actually go down. Is that a sort of a rope ladder? Does seem to be the same stuff that's also on the base of these pillars. That looks very precarious. I guess it eroded away from the water. Let's hope none of them falls over. Where does this path take us? I can see the symbol again, much clearer from this side actually. I assume that that bridge we have there is the only way into the central structure, because otherwise what would be the point? Let's see where this takes us. There's more of the track there. And there is a gate here. Which is not locked. Color me surprised. Can't really see what's behind here, but I'm guessing it has something to do with this control panel. But it pays to look around a little bit, because there's more pages here. These are very hard to find. A lot of these pages are actually hard to find, like, especially the ones that are in the branch in Adana, because you can only see those if you're going back through the branch, or if you just look around every possible direction in every view. These ones are pretty easy to miss as well. So I guess it's a good thing they're numbered, so at least at the end you can tell whether or not you have all of them. Let's see what this one says. The memories flood over me too fast. They race around inside my head, filling my soul with despair. And the more I think about how nothing can be done, how no one can be alive outside his shield, the faster the fog rushes in. I can lose myself in the fog. When it's thick enough, I can let go and be safe. I can start to forget. And I must not forget. I must remember every lie they told my people. How they manipulated us all to get what they wanted. They told me they had come to fix my world. They asked me to arrange a meeting with the elders. The books they carried in with them showed other worlds, beautiful places where people didn't have to work so hard to survive. They told my people that Aether's had written these books. That he had written Orion, but that he had made our world unstable. They said he'd wanted to make us slaves to the tree. They asked me, "Don't you remember, Savidro? Our father wrote this world to teach us, to show his sons what an age shouldn't be." I don't know what to say. I don't know how it could be true, but why would they lie? Why would Atreus have lied? The worlds they showed us in those books. The elders refuse to believe them. They say we cannot abandon the tree. For thousands of years we have tended the lattice roots. Without our traditions we will die. I don't want us to die. I don't! But Sirius and Achenar said. They said they would come back, Savidro. Just like Atreus once said to you as well. He said he would come back, but then he didn't. He didn't. And for that you will have to make him pay. Okay. This is more talk about what Savidro already mentioned in the recording we saw at the end of Adana, and I guess it also refers to the painting again that we saw in Adana. Sirius and Achenar claims that Atreus made the age deliberately flawed, which I don't believe. And in any case, Atreus didn't make the age, he just blinked there. So even if it was flawed, it would have been flawed anyway. Unless, of course, Atreus linked there, then changed something to make it flawed. It's kind of a vague thing anyway. But again, it seems very unlikely. It seems that the brothers were just trying to deceive them. And since the brothers don't actually know how to write ages, they couldn't have fixed anything. Fixing instabilities was way beyond what they could do. Though I guess if you haven't played Myst 4 yet, you wouldn't know at this point that the brothers never really learned how to write ages. Okay, another control panel, which does nothing, but there is another lever. Certainly Savidro wouldn't have known that Sirius and Achenar didn't finish their lessons and couldn't do what they said they were going to do. Nice view. Even though it seems that Savidro himself was skeptical right from the start, or at least that's how it makes it sound in his journal. Maybe he's just trying to believe that. I wonder what that is. I'm trying to see if we can see the pipe, but it seems to be behind the building from here. And actually, we couldn't even see the top of this building from the pipe. We could only just barely see that thing when it rose up. So it's behind those stones, those pillars over there. That's another convoluted part of the track, which I guess we'll come to later. This appears to have something to do with this giant egg whisk. I don't know. That's what it looks like to me. Don't judge me! Well, okay. Well, I'm guessing one of these controls will drop the ball, so we can see what it does. You can see much more clearly from here how the sphere gets created and dropped. Oh, and that thing turns around. And turns around some more. Just keep on turning around. And then poof. That's no good. So it's actually kind of hard to see from here, but it comes in through here. You can just barely see the tops of the track that it brings it into there. So I'm guessing that this track is where it needs to go to continue, because there's nothing else coming from here as far as we can see. How do we achieve that? What do we have here? We have these things, which don't seem to do anything. I missed the tapping from Myst 4. That was fun. Useless, but fun. And what do we have here? Red chalk. Or wooden pins. And we have some holes, so I assume that we can put them in there. Let's see what that does. It seems to stop. So the pins stop the rotation, and then the sphere continues on its path. I wonder what happens if we stop it at some place that isn't attached to one of the rails. Try that one. Just curious. I need to know for reasons of science. Or something like that. Not really. Okay. So it's pretty clear what happens here. The thing rotates until it hits a pin, and then it launches the sphere, which can be into the rails or just into the air if you stopped it in the wrong place. It seems that if it manages to rotate the entire way, it doesn't launch the sphere, it just disintegrates it, so it won't go back the way it came. And we managed to launch it here. I wonder if that's in any way helpful. I've forgotten which way this one rotated. Oh, let's try something. If it's rotating that way, let's see if we can get it over there. That would be 2 places. So maybe that. See what that accomplishes. Neat! Yeah, of course, that's now going to fill, because there's no more pins in there. Okay, so we're getting it from there to there, and then it goes there, and then that way. And then we'd need it to spin. Wait a second, why did it break there? Because that's where we needed to go. So that's apparently not the right solution. Besides which, in order to get it to spin that far, we would need to put a pin here. And there's no hole here. So that's not going to work, is it? Well, maybe we can just make it spin there immediately. That would be this... Wait. This hole is blocked. Savidro's work, no doubt. Although you have to wonder if that is sabotage by Savidro, then This would have been a ridiculously easy puzzle to solve for Cirrus and Achenar. Actually, the same is true of the Fulcrum puzzle. If it weren't for the sabotage, you could just make the weights equal, and the Fulcrum itself wouldn't matter. I guess Atreus was hoping that Cirrus and Achenar would experiment with different ways of solving the puzzles themselves out of curiosity, but I think that Atreus may have been overestimating the brothers a little bit there, if that was what he was expecting. Well, we'll see if we can find the proper solution for this puzzle in the next video.